Hong Kong is a special administrative region that has a population of about 7.3 million people and whose national languages are Cantonese and English. Being a former British colony allowed Hong Kong to grow as a major trading hub in Asia, which meant that Hong Kong would grow into the great and bustling city that it is now. However, it came at a consequence. Pollution is a major problem that Hong Kong is dealing with, along with the likes of housing problems and tycoons. The pollution in Hong Kong has become one of the top health problems in Hong Kong, harming people of all ages, especially younger children and elderly people. There are many reasons as to why pollution has become such a major concern in Hong Kong. A large contributor to pollution in Hong Kong would be its growing and bustling shipping sector. The cargo sector in Hong Kong was a large reason as to why the city was able to become what it is today. However, the very thing that made the city might be the very thing that brings it down. Ships are the worst polluters in Hong Kong. However, the worst of all ships are large container ships who transport enormous amounts of cargo all around the world. These ships are the biggest source of the harmful sulfur dioxide, nitrous oxides, and PM 2.5 particles that are present in the Hong Kong air. The second worst polluter in Hong Kong are the energy generation facilities. These facilities supply Hong Kong with all of the energy needed and are located around the many islands of Hong Kong. The two largest generation facilities are located at Castle Peak and Lama. The generation facility at Castle Peak utilizes coal and oil gas, while the one at Lama uses coal only. As you can see, the largest energy generation facilities in Hong Kong both use fossil fuels or non-renewable resources. Although the government has put in some emission caps on these facilities, energy generation is still the second largest source of pollution in Hong Kong, and it does not seem like the Hong Kong government has any plans in investing in renewable energy alternatives in the near future. Another large polluter of toxic particles in Hong Kong are the roads. More than 98% of the cars, buses, motorcycles, and trucks run on fossil fuels, which means that virtually all of the vehicles in Hong Kong are a source of pollution. All of these vehicles together become the third worst polluter in Hong Kong, just behind energy generation facilities and the shipping sector. The high pollution levels from vehicles in Hong Kong can also be attributed to the large amounts of congestion all around Hong Kong. The high density in Hong Kong means that there are a large amount of people and vehicles in a much smaller area than is ideal for traffic and living space. This means that more vehicles will be idle in traffic, which means that these vehicles will output more pollution than if there would be no congestion. With all of the pollution in Hong Kong, the health and welfare of its inhabitants have been the center of healthcare research and problems. The pollution levels in Hong Kong are so high and dangerous that in 2005, respiratory diseases were the most common cause of mortality and hospitalization. This shows how much of an extra trouble, burden, and stress pollution puts on the people of Hong Kong. The large amounts of pollution in the atmosphere also makes it much harder for people with asthma to have a comfortable life and increases the chances of a person getting asthma. These were just a few examples of what the pollution in Hong Kong does to its inhabitants, and there are more ways that this affects people in Hong Kong. All in all, pollution is not only a problem in Hong Kong, but is a problem that affects cities all around the world, in cities such as Beijing, New Delhi, Riyadh, and many more. Pollution might not seem like much right now. However, in the future, pollution will pose a much bigger threat and cause much more harm than today. That is why it is important to help prevent it right now.